I hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 18. Conversation 16. More questions, and maybe a few answers. Red phone. I'm back, and let me just say, Abby, I am that you're worried about me, but there's no need to be. Scary just pulled me in for another debriefing before letting me go back to the DC house for the night. Blue phone. Why are you not going back to Avenger HQ? Red phone. Because I have a meeting with the ATCU and Knockoff Colson in the morning, but now it's time to get back to the fun questions, such as, how did you make your money for college during the Great Depression? Blue phone. I'm not telling you. You just have to guess. Red phone. I'm thinking prostitution. It is the world's oldest profession. You were cute even before your muscles got muscles. Blue phone. None of the girls I knew thought that, let alone were willing to pay for it. Red phone. But I bet there were some guys that would. Blue phone. I think I should just be happy that you just didn't assume that I was a virgin like everyone else. Red phone. It's that stupid fondue story, and you should know that I have used fondue as a double entree before, so that's no sign of you being inexperienced. Do you have experience? Blue phone. I have not been a virgin since 1934. Red phone. You were actually younger than me. Contrary to what everybody thinks, I was actually 17. Blue phone. Who? Red phone. My bodyguard, Deborah. There was a kidnapping attempt the year before, and Peggy wanted someone there to watch my back, so she chose Deborah from a private security company. Although, now that I know where Peggy really worked, Deborah was probably S.H.I.E.L.D. And I now have a new needle to look for in the haystack. It was kind of the heat of the moment thing after another almost kidnapping attempt. I've had a lot of kidnapping attempts and actual kidnappings. Blue phone. Too many, really. Red phone. Who was your first? Blue phone. Arnie Roth. He was a perceived ladies' man like Bucky, and he also saved me from a lot of bullies growing up. Red phone. But unlike Bucky, you were his type. Blue phone. Yes, but because of things being what they were, we decided that we were better off as friends. Actual friends. He went into the Navy, and I went into the Army. Then I met Peggy, and I ended up frozen in the ocean, so it didn't matter. He died in March 2012, about a week before I came back. Also of lung cancer. Red phone. Fuck, cancer sucks. Red phone. I really just want to hug you right now, and I am not a hugger, but I feel like I need one badly. Blue phone. He had a good life, though. Arnie even married his partner of 40 years in 2010 in D.C., after it was legal there. Red phone. I assume I get another guess at your secret career life pre-war. Blue phone. Of course. Red phone. You grew up during Prohibition, so maybe you were a lookout for an underground speakeasy. How close am I? Blue phone. Close. I worked at an underground gay bar, actually. At least, that's what they would be referred to now. I was more of a bartender, though. Red phone. That explains why you can make a decent drink, even if it takes Asgardian homebrew to get you tipsy. Blue phone. Cannabis tea also works. Red phone. That definitely didn't make the history books. Red phone. I don't even think Dad knew your private life. Did you know that he had a ridiculous crush on you? I'm pretty sure it wasn't 100% hero worship, although I don't want to think about that because it's just weird. Blue phone. Would it make you feel better to know I never saw your father that way? Red phone. Yes, it would. Blue phone. Most people didn't know. Back then, it could get you arrested or killed. Still can in some countries in the world, which I hate. I never really told anybody. Bucky didn't even know. Although apparently Peggy did. Red phone. I have no idea how she knew. It was never wise to question Aunt Peggy. She just knew stuff. Blue phone. It doesn't surprise me though, because Peggy was like that. Red phone. I was 13 when she told me about this friend who liked both, and that it was okay. I was 16 when she told me it was specifically you, in an effort to cheer me up after some random board member got angry about me having a boyfriend. She made me promise to never tell anyone else. I kept that promise, even when your Bucky crush was becoming dangerous. Blue phone. Thank you for not going to the tabloids about it. I don't mind if people know, but I want it to be on my own terms. Also, I don't like tabloids. Red phone. No one does. And you know I would never do that to you. Blue phone. I know. Red phone. I'm going to ask you a hard question, and you cannot answer. But are you really bi, or did you end up chasing Aunt Peggy and subsequently make out with her grandniece because you grew up during the homophobic dark ages, and you felt like that's what you were supposed to do? Blue phone. I also slept with my neighbor, Melinda Gardner, repeatedly before Nurse Katie took over her department.
Of course, this was after a disastrous 2-week relationship with Jonathan, who I met at Freddy's in Arlington. Red phone. I guess that answers my question. It also answers my question of if you have been with anyone since being defrosted. It also makes the Sharon thing 50% less creepy, since you did not move directly from aunt to grandniece. Blue phone. You really have to stop being jealous of Sharon. I'm here talking to you right now. I would never tell her half of this stuff. Red phone. You're making me feel special, Cuddle Bunny. Blue phone. Honestly, when I fancy someone, gender is the last thing I consider. I'm not a breast man or a butt man. I never notice things like that at all. Red phone. I can't believe you just typed that. Blue phone. I guess what I'm saying is that I don't care much for bodies, just the minds that inhabit them. Personality is the more important, and the rest is just window dressing. Red phone. You are just too perfect. Red phone. If we must put a label on it, that would put you as pansexual, which makes sense. This also explains why we got along like beta fish. I have been told by multiple people that I have a personality that's as abrasive as a Brillo pad. Blue phone. Only the fake personality that you put on for people who don't deserve to see the real Tony. Blue phone. I never hated you. I've told you repeatedly that I never hated you. I think it just took me a little too long to see that there's about 4 different Tony Starks. I think only the one I'm talking to now is real. This guy I like. Red phone. Even so, I bet there are still moments when you want to punch me in the teeth, which is fine because I find to feel the same way about you sometimes. Blue phone. Yes, but it's getting better. Wanda still blames that on the lack of sex. Red phone. Just for that, she's not getting her vision communicator for another month.